Dun, dun, dun. Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey. I love my intro. Like that song could just be so fire, you know. Hey y'all, it's your Auntie August here at the Just Being August show. Welcome, 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 welcome. It is Thursday. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? It is another edition. Let me go ahead and get my particulars out of the way. We are on the Power Influence Radio TV now. Y'all can catch me here every second and fourth, right? Every second, fourth, and Thursday of the month. Y'all also catch my Heartbeat Thursdays. I'm doing this new thing now called, Morning Coffee. So, I'm just keeping it moving and shaking and moving. With that being said, y'all, today, I get excited about every show, right? Because that's just me. But today we have the beautiful and the lovely, the talented, the gorgeous, and it's her birthday month, right? Give happy birthday to her. Happy birthday to Miss Victoria Brantley, ladies and gentlemen. Woo, woo, woo.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. How you feeling? How you feeling?
Listen, I feel amazing. Wow.
Really?
44 never felt better.
I know that's right.
It never felt better. I feel amazing. I look amazing. I'm just
and
excited.
do.
Thank you so much. I'm just excited.
Pretty and pink and pretty. Okay.
Yes.
So how we do here on the Just Been August show, I do not introduce my guests and tell them a bio. I let you speak about whom you are, because for me, if you hear it in your ears, it just you feel me?
Yes.
So go ahead and let the audience know who you are and what you do.
Wow, where do I even start? I do so much. I wear so many hats. But Victoria Brantley, Central Florida native. This is my home state, my home city, born and raised. Single mother of my dear son, Zion. Whoop, whoop for Zion.
Yes.
He's such an amazing young man. I feed the elderly. I advocate for at-risk youth, women and male coming out of incarceration. I advocate for them, helping them getting reacclimated back to society. I also sit on the board for Dress for Success. I'm also a part of Miss Corporate America, Florida Ambassador. And most importantly, I am just Victoria, hashtag, literally.
Hashtag?
That's my hashtag. I am Victoria.
Y'all clock that hashtag. I am Victoria, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, kudos to you.
Thank you.
Let's see. I want to tap in. We have a topic for today, but I just want to tap into a few things. Can you give us a brief conversation about Dress for Success? I love that concept.
Absolutely. So what we do is we really focus and hone in on females that are, and we just recently opened up the closet to males as well, shortly after COVID. But we really try to prepare the everyday woman for the marketplace and what that looks like. And pretty much so everything from resume to coaching, how to dress for success, how to get through that interview. We provide mock interviewing, one-on-one coaching, you name it, anything that it takes to get her back into the workforce.
Okay, I love that. And how do you think that translates within Central Florida?
Absolutely. So it is a global organization. We are global, but right here in my home state, I was actually a client back in my days of coming out of college. I needed a suit for a position that I was trying to land for Orange County Corrections. And very long story short, I went through the entire process of what that looks like. And so going in, getting suited, getting your correct sizes, really feeling confident for that job interview, and most importantly, landing the job. So I had actually gone through the whole process and later on pretty much got vetted in to be a board director, which I sit proudly today. So.
Okay, board director,
Yes.
mogul,
Yes.
beauty queen,
Yes.
and let's. I like to tap in so people can know who you are. Let's tap in on ambassador. You are Miss Corporate America, Florida Ambassador.
Yes.
Shout out to Miss Corporate America. Because I am the community liaison. Yes, clock that too.
Yes, and you do such a phenomenal job.
Thank you.
Yes.
So how do you feel about being the crowned the ambassador? That's a heavy load. I don't say heavy load, but it's a a large position to fill.
It is. It's a large, big pair of shoes to fill. It's also an honor because I did start out again as a contestant back in 2018, and so when I was, when they reached out to me asking me if I could hold that title, it was an honor because there are so many queens that come through the system, and then for them to say, "Hey, listen, we want to honor you with this honorary position. Would you take it?" I was like, "Hello, of course I would." So just really being there for the women, mentoring them, preparing them that entire weekend, and then most importantly, just making sure that because pageantry is not easy, and I tell people every day that we go to the grocery store every day, we go to the gas station every day, but doing a pageant is not something, or a competition is not something we do every day. So the fact that being able to coach the women and prepare them for the crown is just it's amazing. It's amazing.
And you do an amazing job.
Thank you.
Not only that, but you are a mom, single mom of Mr. Zion. Boy, he represents hard for his mother.
He does.
He represents. So with that, being a single mom of a black boy, I'd say, a black man, because they are not boys.
Yes.
That goes into our topic. I really thought about this topic and who I wanted to have this conversation with. Conversation today is stolen moments and reclaiming you.
That's good.
Right?
That's good.
So why I came up with this topic of stolen moments, I feel like in life sometimes our personal moments can get stolen. I feel like, recently a moment of mine that I worked hard for and other women got stolen. And I'm trying to work through how to reclaim that.
Wow. And
reclaim the me out of that, where it is not stolen, but I progress from it and become a better from it, because no one can steal something from you unless you allow them to steal it from you.
Absolutely.
So how do you feel like in life you've having a lot of stolen moments?
Absolutely. So, I'll just say that, within the last, 5 to 6 years, within that window period, losing my mother, following that, losing my sister, a lot of me got taken away, just trying to make sure I held it together for the sake of my son, going back to raising young black men, right? A lot of me got stolen because I'm just focusing, trying to be strong for him, hold the household together as if nothing ever happened, when there's all these elephants that's in the room, right? And so I lost myself trying to hold it together, making sure I put him through school, which he recently graduated, so big ups to that, because that for me, that was just monument, and it was hard because my mom, my dad, and my sister was my support system, right? So not having that support system was very difficult, and I would say that's how I lost pieces of Victoria during that course of time.
Right. So, and I can resonate with that. Having a deceased parent, deceased sibling, that is sometimes we can get lost in, if to say lost in the sauce.
Yes,
we get lost in it. And being a parent of a male child is different from and I have a daughter too, but that male child is something different. You're a mom, and we don't have the ability to be a man.
Right.
But we're raising them in the essence of, hey, you have to be one day a father. You have to be one day a grown man, a husband. So I feel like sometimes I have lost me in it. I've lost myself in a lot of things. So how do you, as a woman, feel like you have reclaimed that and reclaimed you?
Wow, that is a great question. A lot of me time. I'm more spiritual than religion, so I'll say that I've spent a lot of time with Victoria, a lot of time with the Creator, regaining my independence as Victoria, because again, getting lost in the sauce, as you just said, reading, working out. Most importantly, I am a heavy believer in we are what we eat. So really monitoring what I'm eating, because when you're depressed and when you're going through all the things.
Please speak on that.
Right? When you're depressed and going through all the things, you typically are going to consume the first thing you eat or first thing you see, right? So I noticed, and I recently just posted that I altered my diet. I had to change my diet because I noticed what I was putting in was junk, so I was producing junk. So I took out the red meat. I took out the stuff that was high in cholesterol and high in calories. I just had to really sit down and say, the reason why we are producing this, the reason why we are behaving these ways, the reason why we're losing self is because of what you're consuming. So I do not drink, you know, no shade out there, but I try to stay away from the juice and the processed stuff because it's just, and I don't even want to put a name or a label on anything, but I had to just really go back to water. You know, I drink my coffee. Okay.
Yes, coffee.
The green people.
Starbucks. Dutch Bros, shout out.
I wasn't gonna say it, but you said
I
it.
said.
But yes, I just had to really focus on just even coffee. At one time, I believe I was drinking 6 cups a day. You know, can I just be very transparent?
Please.
When I lost my mom, I was literally drinking 6 glasses of wine a day, consuming bottles just to cope with the pain and trying to numb the pain. So I still drink my wine. I'm just saying, I'm just being transparent, but I do everything in moderation. Everything in moderation.
I like how you said that. You know, one thing about death has no timing on grief. Some people grieve right then. Some people grieve later on.
Yes.
I say when I lost my brother back, my brother passed away the same year my son was born.
Okay, wow.
So my brother passed away May 30th. My son was born August 26th, and actually was supposed to be born on my brother's birthday, the 29th.
Wow, okay.
So I didn't grieve that day. The funeral and everything, I promise you, I may have cried, but I was pregnant.
Yeah.
So I don't think I grieved during the funeral. But I say I think I finally grieved probably about 2 years ago.
Wow.
Well, I really broke down and was like, wow, my brother's gone. And I relieved it. And what people don't understand, even losing a human being, that's death. We know they're no longer here on earth. But that's not the only death. Death from a relationship.
Absolutely.
Death from, not being employed.
Right.
Death from your finances not being on point. Death from situations. I had a breakup years ago, and that was a death for me because it took it. Which goes back to the topic. I lost me in that.
Yeah.
And as people, we teach, especially moms, women, we lose ourselves in being for someone else. We lose ourselves in taking care of our spouses, our significant others, our children, our jobs, our extracurricular. And the fact that you are now reclaiming that by saying, I take me time working out. I'm working on that because, I can't lie and tell you I'm working out, child. that we ain't got that far yet, even though I know I need to. Okay. I did for a minute, though. It was good.
Yes. You look amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
You look amazing. You look amazing. I love it.
But I am learning on trying to reclaim me, and sometimes it do take a step a day. So I started with the 15 minutes.
Okay.
On my break, I would go outside and sit outside on my porch.
That's a great start.
Yes. And it's building up. Now I'm at the point where I can't really stay inside.
Gotcha.
So I see how it can transition, and it can become a habit. What is that thing? It takes 7 days or something like that for it to become.
7 days, 14 days, 21. It's levels to it.
Right. So how would you, being the phenomenal woman you are a coach, how would you coach someone who is in that struggle of trying to reclaim themselves, or even helping them understand that, hey, you might want to try reclaiming you?
Yes. So my mother raised me strong. She raised me extremely strong. So my discipline is not like anybody else's discipline. I've had to learn that everyone is not strong like me, right? So I am a strong believer in cold turkey. If you about, if you want to stop smoking, you gotta, because my thought is, I'm gonna start Monday. I'm gonna start next Monday. I'm gonna start at the beginning of the year. Yeah. And before you know it,
it'd be 3 years later.
That's what I'm saying. Right. So if you start cold turkey, you're gonna have better results to what you want to accomplish. So I always tell people, if you want to lose weight, start cold turkey. Do not wait till Monday, because you're gonna look up and you're gonna be at a whole New Year time. I have a New Year's goal, I have a New Year's resolution, right? And you didn't miss out on time. So that's just what I do. That's the mindset that I have. I just start right then and there. So I love steak. I love all the things, fajitas, baked steak, you name it. I love that. But I just said that something has to change, because I don't like what my body is doing when I eat steak. So I literally stopped cold turkey, and it's been 3 months.
Really?
3 months, and I feel amazing. But mind over matter, So how bad do you want to change?
What would you say to someone that says, I want to change and I'm willing to do it, but I don't know what's the first step? I mean, I hear the cold turkey, but what is the first step to get me to start with the cold turkey?
I love that question. So like I tell people, when you acknowledge there's a problem, you have then opened yourself up to change. So when do you want to start? So what I do is I will help you dribble the ball, but I also throw the ball in your court. And once I throw that ball in your court, when do you want to start change?
I want to do it today.
Okay, well then we're gonna do it today.
I want to lose 10 more pounds. I want to get up and work out every day.
Well, there's levels to it. So I like what you said. 15 minutes. Start, then you got your 7 days.
Right.
And then you bump it up. And what happens is your body will tell you, I want more resistance. I want more. So what happens is your body will increase on its own, because our bodies are just phenomenal beings like that.
Okay.
Your body will increase on its own. When it's hit its plateau, it will mentally and physically go ahead and push you to another level on its own.
Okay. So make sure, will reclaiming self, will it be an easy thing to accomplish, or will it be a hard thing to accomplish?
It's probably one of the hardest, because again, we're going back to mind over matter, right? So what happens is you have to when I remember back in 2018, excuse me, when I something great is going to happen in 2028, because I keep saying that. I don't know why, but anyway, I just have to put that out there. But back in 2018, I remember as I was preparing for Miss Corporate America competition pageant, and I weighed close to 200 pounds. And I remember, because I wanted that crown so bad, I wanted to represent Orlando, Florida so bad. I remember getting up every morning, cold turkey, going to the gym, going live. And what happened was I began to, not even doing it purposely, but I was just doing it for Victoria. You know, I remember losing that weight, and by the time it was showtime, I had got to a size 4, because I wanted it that bad.
Wow,
so
that's
sometimes
amazing.
we have to get a mental picture in our mindset of what we want, and then the more you work at it, and again, you have to trust the process. I mean, I tell anybody, the moment you said you want to try or you want to change, the mind is going to say, no, I don't want to do this. So it's going to try to sabotage you and talk you out of the process, right? But you have to almost it's like almost like two people living in one body, because you tug, you know what I'm saying?
Tug of war, right.
Tug of war. But you have to have that mind over matter, and you have to also talk to yourself. So I also have a 21-day journal called Journaling for Her, and I often talk about self-talk, self-control, and self-discipline. And those 3 selves, you have to talk to yourself because you're listening. You have to have the self-control. And then most importantly, you have to have the self-discipline, because that is what's going to produce the results.
So discipline. How can someone? I lack discipline.
We all do.
Discipline in myself, I guess I would say, because I feel like depression is something that it's been talked about now, but I think people miss out on the nuts and bolts of depression.
Yes.
Depression can hit you when you least expect it. Depression hits everybody differently.
Absolutely.
Your depression can be different from mine. My depression could be, I'm gonna take a longer nap today, and my longer nap ends up being 16 hours, and it leads to, you didn't get up, brush your teeth, you didn't do your hair, you didn't do this or that. And then, so how do we teach ourselves to be disciplined?
I love what you said when you said that, the increase in the nap time, right? So when you first recognize the signs, that is a clear indicator that we got to get some help. We got to talk to somebody. And so again, we don't want to talk to somebody that's also battling with depression.
Hey.
That's the blind leading the blind.
Okay.
Right? So what happens is you have to go out to somebody that has maybe already beat depression, or that's on another level and can help you get through that. Because I don't care what nobody say. As women, we all deal with a form of it.
Right.
We all, especially when it's that time. Right, we all deal with something, whether it be the increase of eating, the increase of sleeping. So once you start recognizing the signs, you got to just take heed and take notice to it right then and there.
Well, I like that. I think one thing is accountability. Accountability just doesn't sit into attitude. Accountability sits into life. Are you an accountable person?
I would say I am great at holding self accountable. because I know what the results look like. So I believe in planting. I believe in planting, watering, and then you get the results. Mm-hmm. And that's just my motto every day. I'm going to read this book. Right now I'm reading the different stages of emotions.
Okay.
Right. So being that it's my birthday month, you know, and I'm learning at 44 that holidays are just hitting different now. Right. So you got, I made it through the holidays.
Right.
Thank you. I can breathe a little bit. Okay. So then it's my birthday. Right. Lord, thank you, Jesus. Right. So then we got Mother's Day coming.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother story.
For you.
For me. Right. So what happens is, because I know the highs and lows, I have to make myself busy so that I'm not falling into that depression state. Because like you said, it can hit you at any given time. Riding down the street, you hear a song, you know, you're somewhere and you smell the scent, you know, it's just different things that will trigger it. Right. And so I think for me, one has to know the signs and the triggers.
Signs and triggers. I like that. So being a parent and with this conversation, the reclaiming self, I'm in a different stage of life. I'm in a different stage of, this kid ain't in high school no more. I ain't got no little child. I said, I ain't got no little kids at the crib no more. The daughter gone with her man, basically they married. Yes. And it's just me, this grown man, and the dog. And I'm like, okay, I don't need to be here no more. Yeah. I don't need to micromanage my house anymore. I don't have to micromanage, you know, the meals anymore. Even though I don't cook, I stopped cooking years ago when he started cooking, baby. I'm just saying, I don't cook. Thank you, Austin. Your mama love you. So now with that, I want to, if, you know, I see a lot of women who are single moms, and I think that there need to be a single mama club.
I agree with that. For
moms who, and you know, the term is empty nest syndrome, right?
I love it.
But I don't consider myself empty nesters, but my parents say I am. I guess that term empty nesters is when it's it. That's all. You know, you ain't got no man. Yeah, we ain't there. You know, which is cool. Which is cool. I'm good for that. You know. So I don't have, and saying I don't have no man, meaning that I don't have someone in the house that is depending on me.
Gotcha. Yes.
My son ain't. He depend on the lights to stay on and the water and so forth. But there's really not a dependency. Like when you got young children, they're depending on you.
Right.
So in this aspect, this is a new type of situation for myself. And I know your son, he's 19, and he's, you know, out of school, and
he's 20.
He's 20 now.
He's 20.
So he's a grown man.
He's
you know.
20. Yes.
Okay. So let's go one step. How does it feel to be an empty nester but still parenting your child?
So this is a phenomenal question, because I get asked this all the time. How is Zion doing? And my mentor once said, kudos to Victoria P. Sipling, former commissioner of District 6, Orange County. She said that it is like raising a baby.
Say it again.
All over again.
Yeah.
And so we had this conversation shortly when he was in his senior year. She said, get ready, because for some reason they go back.
And do.
They don't go forward. They go back. And I didn't know what she meant until we were like in the thick of it. We were like 6 months in after him graduating. Right. And I just had noticed, like, hey, listen, I don't want to put his business out because I love my dear son. But I just noticed like some things that I had to keep reinforcing. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I had to keep reinforcing him, tapping him on his shoulder, you know, hey, it's time to do this. It's time to do that. Did you do this? And I was like, oh, my God, this is what Miss Sipling was talking about. She was talking about the reinforcing of every single thing, you know. And so it has been challenging. But I will say that we are making great progress.
So I got hope.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, I'm waiting
absolutely.
On that hope. Absolutely. I'm tired of saying, dude, you know it's Tuesday, the trash come. I'm going to take out the trash. Alexa every Tuesday says, doom, doom, doom. Austin, take out the trash. And I sit there, and I'm waiting.
As you should.
For him to go take out the trash.
As you should.
And so, the trash don't get taken out.
So I would say what I do is, again, I have learned to reinforce, and it breaks my heart because I will call his mentor at times and I'm like, hey, could you reinforce this? And let me tell you, big ups to his mentorers, okay? Not mentor, because he has his own village that I've created for him, right? Because as a woman,
Right. Say it again.
as a woman, right? So there is just some things that I cannot teach him at this age,
Right.
Because I is a woman, and I embrace my womanhood, and so I have pulled in some phenomenal men, Pastor Dio Puri, his our pastor, Pastor Ings, his mentor, so he has a great team that's around him that's continuously encouraging him to be on top of his stuff,
Right.
So when it comes to the garbage, I'm not touching it.
And not.
I'm not touching it. And I seen a post recently or a reel on Facebook recently where when that rag is a certain way in that kitchen shut down for the day. Right? So I know you 20, bro. Right? But what we not going to do is sit up and eat all these groceries. We're not doing that. Because see, me personally, the way I'm out here in these streets grinding, I can survive off of tuna, cucumber chips, and water, and some crackers.
So
that's my daily regimen, And so I tell him, eat all this food. Eat all this food if you want to. You gonna be hungry because now that you're not in school, I don't have to do all that cooking. I mean, when he was in school, man, I would be cooking at least on Sundays. I mean, if you go back and look on my timeline, I used to be throwing down in the kitchen 3 meals on Sunday just to get you through the week because I know I'm gonna be working, right? And so I don't have to cook like that no more.
See, I'm different. I ain't cooking sugar, honey, ice, or the tea. They already know. Y'all ain't watched. I ain't cooking sugar, honey, ice, or the tea.
I love it.
He cook. Now he'll go in there. Now it's kind of reverse in our house because he'll be like, mama, I no, we not doing that. I'm not cooking this, that, and the third. But then you ain't gonna wash them dishes either.
That part.
I'm not washing nothing. I bought the food. You can cook and clean. I'm just saying.
That part.
So, but I can say that there's a part that I think I've crutched on that because he's not in, the kid no more. But I've crutched. Hey, go fix me some coffee. Hey, go do this. So I'm like, okay, let me switch, and let me give you some more independence.
Yes.
And let me let you get out there but I can tell that because he just graduated, but I can tell the difference.
Yes.
But the whole concept of is now we're in two different zones.
Yes.
He's a man.
Yes.
And big up to his support system. He got my parents.
Yes.
He got his sister. He got
That's good.
His adopted uncles, his real uncles. So he got but what I've learned is kids don't like to use those resources.
Nope.
When they got a problem, they don't want to say nothing.
No.
Maybe it's the boys versus the girls.
I think so.
But he don't want to use those resources. You got an issue with school, something. You got a whole list that you can call, but you don't call.
Right.
But you don't want to say, Mama, I got this issue.
Right.
Why is that?
I think it's an ego thing. As I'm reading this book about channeling your emotions and recognizing your emotions, I'm reading about your ego and what does that look like. And so I just believe that because they are feeling themselves, they got a little bit of hair on their chest. Right?
Chest poking out. Okay.
Yeah. They're handsome.
Very.
They got a little change in their pocket, and it's theirs because they didn't have to work for it. It's an ego thing, which it's nothing bad with that, but learn how to turn it on and off.
Okay. How do you feel in this stage of your life with him being an adult?
Oh.
And you don't have to micromanage anymore. Where does Victoria stand in all of that?
That's a great question. I do have to micromanage because I need things. I'm a person of structure.
Right.
So I was just telling him the other day that it's not a thing to not have the toilet paper in the bathroom, not to have it replenished. It's not a thing for dishes to be in the sink when we go to bed, because I come from a household where the kitchen was clean every day.
Right, me too.
I come from a household where there was a roll of toilet paper on deck in the bathroom, right? And so this generation, they're just used to not having a roll of toilet paper on deck. That's crazy to me. And so I told him, in this house,
right,
right. In this house, this is how we're going to do things, because that's where I came from. And so, again, I always put it back in his court and speaking it over his life. You're going to be a husband. You're going to be a father. And what she ain't going to do, because I'm like you, I ain't. What she ain't going to do is call me and tell me, ma'am, your son doing X, Y, and Z. Because if he's doing it on his own. So I'm going back to what you said. I'm continuously reinforcing Soft parenting skills.
Soft parenting?
Aggressive.
I don't even know how to soft parent. Boy, you gonna get your right now. Go.
Right. Aggressive parenting
Yes,
skills.
I am. I turn that internet off.
Yes.
I'm turning cell phone calling Verizon disconnect line now. God dog it. I can't say I won't put nothing in the house because I don't cook, so I need somebody to cook.
I love it. I love it.
But I don't know, this whole new aspect of life, being the mom without being, the single part on it is no longer relevant. It's like, okay, now I'm just the mom.
Yeah.
How do you like that part of life now?
I love it because I don't have to come straight home. I love it because I don't have to be in a rush to come home. Not saying that I make any additional stops.
Right.
But I could just take myself out to eat. I don't have to be rushed to get home to feed a whole nother person. Because he works. He has his own money. So if I want to stop by Olive Garden and get me a kid's meal, a Longhorn, and I could just stop and be, I don't have to be pressed to get home because, when they're in school, you press to get home so they can get up and go to school in the morning, right? I'm not pressed, so. Yeah.
How do you like life now in 2026?
Oh my God. Like, I love my son. So what I'm going to say, please don't take it out of content. I'm like, what was I thinking? Because now I just feel like a young adult all over again. I have like so much freedom, and it feels amazing. I feel 20 all over again. So it's funny because when I came in, the guy was like, "You're 24."
Yeah.
I believe you as a man, think of in his heart. So I feel 20 all over again.
I say for me, it is a little surreal that I could go grab my keys. There's plenty of times last week I just grabbed my keys and go. And I remember I used to go on vacation or go away for the weekend, and I would be like on my phone just looking at the camera, finding locations. I still check locations, but now I don't have to be so glued in it. So this weekend I was able to go out and
love that for you.
Right,
I
enjoy
love that
me.
For you. Yes.
I think he called maybe twice. I'm just checking up on you, and I was like, I can't hear you because it's loud in here. But that was surreal for me, and it's a new thing, and I'm learning how to adjust in that and live in the moment.
That's
even
good.
I said earlier when I started this podcast was that taking me back, being me or doing, the show is called being August,
Yes.
but I said that because when you have been a mother for all these years and a parent, and even for women who've been wife, mother, and a parent,
right.
When your kids are grown, or let's say a woman got a divorce, it is a surreal thing to take you back as a woman. I had a show about the men earlier, and the men was, the question was, what does support look like for them?
Wow, okay.
But I haven't had the one to say for women, what does support look like for us? Because we're always the support system.
Yes.
So who's our support system? Our kids can't be our support system. And when you're a single mom, your support system got to be your faith, your church,
Absolutely.
your siblings. If they on the same, but and I can't say your siblings, but at that stage, for support for women who have grown and you've lived your life, and now you're at that. My mom would say, we're each 10 years you get a new chapter. So I'm in my fourth year.
Wow.
My fourth chapter of life. I'm approaching my fifth chapter.
Okay.
So now I'm learning how to live in this fourth chapter.
Mom.
I know my mama.
I love her.
Love your mama.
She's amazing.
Thank you.
She funny too.
My mom ain't got no sense, honey. Yeah, when I tell you my mom ain't got no sense.
I love her.
But that's what I was, we had a conversation off camera, and I was saying, we're going to go back to the mom part. People don't know my story, and that's not for everybody to know. But one thing about the mother that I have, I say God give everybody on earth one mother that they are born to.
Yeah.
That they popped out their hoo-ha.
Yeah.
I was blessed with one that I didn't pop out her hoo-ha. But nobody would be able to say that she was. That she'll never say. You won't be able to tell.
Right.
That lady, that woman, she ain't a lady, that grown woman, has been there through all of my children's birth.
Yeah, I love that.
She don't do that anymore. Back in the day, but she was she fight somebody. But mama don't play no games. And I don't give my mother enough credit for the woman that she is. She is why I am who I am.
Wow.
She never played any games. She always expected more of me and from me from day one.
Yes.
She always said that you were never going to be a statistic.
Wow.
And she meant that.
Wow.
You're not going to be a statistic. You're going to be somewhere. You're gonna travel.
Yes.
You're gonna live life. And you're gonna do. Now I might not have rode the path that she writ out for me. Writ, not roll. I said writ. I didn't write. I didn't follow that path.
Yes.
But I also made sure that I was able to make her proud in certain aspects. So yeah, I didn't, finish college or or have the whole college degree. But baby, I ain't a dummy now. Don't get it twisted.
She's smart, y'all.
That part right there. But so and I inflict that on my kids. So. My mom, I give my mom a lot of shout out. Mama, I love you, mama.
Yes.
But yeah, my mom is right. Big shout out to Bonnie Hubbard, y'all. Don't play no games now. Don't get it twisted. You better ask somebody. She about that life.
She about that life.
She about that life all
I seen
day,
it with
every
my
day.
own 2 eyes. She about that life.
Right.
But she means well. She's amazing.
She do, and I'm blessed to be able to have that because there's, I understand what it's like not to have one.
Yes.
And I can't say I'm the best mama because I done been there and done that.
Yeah.
But I am
have
right
because I if I could just keep it a buck, I didn't drop my son on his head.
This,
I'm just saying.
Don't let my kids say the whole story, but baby, we don't,
we got stories.
Yeah, we got a whole bunch of stories. Some stories that they don't want to hear.
I'm telling you.
But that's the thing. It's hard being a parent, and when women, let me say this: I commend women out there who cannot have the ability to have children.
Yeah,
I commend y'all.
Yes.
I don't agree with y'all, but I commend y'all.
Yeah.
Because I've been a parent. I've been a single parent.
Yes.
I've been through the struggle.
Yeah.
So I do understand women who have not been able to have children and want to have children. And I think it's a combination of the want and the need.
Yes.
But then there's a situation that they have to understand, or women have to understand going through it.
Right.
Everybody's going through it is different.
Absolutely.
I've been a parent since I was 19. I had my daughter at 3 weeks before I turned 19.
Oh, okay.
So I've been a parent since 18 years old.
Okay.
I am 47.
Wow.
That's a long time to parent.
Yeah.
And then my children are 10 years apart.
Yeah. Wow.
10 years. So the 18 August having a child.
Yeah.
Because I was still a child.
Right.
And a 30-year-old having another child. There's that different stages.
Yeah. Sure.
And now I'm in that fourth era of life, that fourth chapter where I don't have any.
Right.
They're all grown. So I look back, like you look back, I look back, and my look back is like, dang, I made it.
Yeah. Seriously.
Like, I really did. I mean, I had to sleep in my car one time.
Yeah.
I stayed in some places that I didn't want to stay in. My daughter's life experience with her mother is different from my son's life experience with his mother.
Wow, that's good.
Because I was in two different stages.
Yeah.
So people have to understand being a mother is totally different. And sometimes we don't have a solid support system. And support system ain't always emotional and financial.
Right.
Just someone who can pour into you and feed into you and know how to and when.
Yes.
Because sometimes you got to step back. You can't always say, oh, I know she's going through it. Let me go ahead and tell her what she's doing wrong. No, don't tell me what I'm doing wrong.
Right.
And sometimes don't tell me nothing. Just listen. Just listen. You ain't got to say you can frown your face up. You can roll your eyes. You can bat your eyes. I don't give a care.
Yeah.
But sometimes mothers just need to be heard.
That's it.
So when they are over being a parent, because let's just say this, we'll never stop being a parent because my baby almost 30 and I'm still mama.
Right.
But we're now at a situation where we're not a different mom. So now I'm learning how to be an adult mom.
Yes.
Now that's a difference.
Yes, that's a big word.
That's a big word. Being an adult mom.
Wow. Yes.
How are you at being an adult mother?
Wow. I give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
Mom, where you at? Why?
That part.
Where you at? Why?
Where you going?
Right, why? Because I'm an adult. Like, I tell him all the time, I done raised you. And then I have to go back down memory lane. I got a whole sermon on it. I've been a devoted mother. Not mother. Mother. Okay?
Now that's a big word.
That's the big word. Don't question me. Because I didn't done my due diligence with you, and so off the record, I just encourage him all the time. At this stage in your life, make me proud, because I didn't raised you. Period. And I did it. It's one thing when you haven't done right by your children. It's another thing when you have done everything right by your children. And I have been a phenomenal mother to my son. And I tell you what, you can, period.
Yes.
Thank you.
Clock that. Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
yes.
Because I don't know. I don't have the words. I'm an action person. And I just know that one thing about my son, he knows that. He gave a speech on my birthday. And the room was in awe because it was like, wow, yeah, we've been through a lot together. You know, I was in college. He was on my lap in college. You know, and he was such a good baby, to God be the glory, that the people didn't even realize that he was in school, in class. You know, the librarian, I had a village even when I was in college. The librarian would help him do his homework while I was in class. You know, and I told him those were the struggles for us. So bank off that. If you don't remember nothing else, remember you being in college with your mom while she was trying to be better and get better for you all. So, you know, I'll just leave that right there. Yeah.
Look, I love that. So let me ask you, where is Victoria now with I Am Her? Where is Victoria now in 2026 after she just had a birthday, ladies and gentlemen? Don't she look good? 44. I know that's right.
Thank you.
Where is Victoria at now?
Oh, I am recreating.
Oh, I love that for you.
That's the name of this chapter, because I like to call each chapter something. I am recreating. Not evolving. I'm recreating. I am recreating self. I've lost so much along the way. So I'm taking all those pieces and I'm recreating them.
You reclaiming you. I know that's right. And you started with that fabulous birthday that I didn't get a chance to go to, which I'm so sorry, but I am so happy for it. And I love that you reclaimed you and you created you in that moment. You had those around you.
Yes.
Whom you wanted to fill your cup.
Yes. Yes.
You had it your way. You did it in your way.
Yes.
And I'm loving that for you.
Thank you.
Because I feel like this, one thing that everyone has on earth is a birthday. If I don't celebrate nothing in 12 months, I'm going to celebrate a birthday.
That's it.
And my name is August, and my birthday got 31 days in, and I'm celebrating all of them days.
I love it.
So I want to say, I honor you. I honor your day, your month, your year.
Thank you.
I am super duper proud of you that I get to, that we're friends now.
Yes.
You know, listen, y'all, I'm gonna tell you, I know we finna wrap this up though, but listen, when I first saw her, I said, damn, I said, look, I don't curse on the show, right? I was like, damn, that girl bad. Like, thinking the waist cute in the face. Like, she was bad. When I say queen, you exude queen, poise, and everything. And I was like, I need, I walk and it just be child. But you set standards for grown women.
Wow.
You set standards for grown women with all of your businesses you have going on. The I Am Her, your advocacy for the community, for those who've been incarceration, the advocacy for your son. Yes. I commend you. We honor you, everything that you're doing for Miss Corporate America, Florida, as an ambassador. So go ahead and let them know where they can follow you.
Listen, so we do have a website, www.victoriabrantley.com or hashtag I am Victoria. And you can just Google either one of those, and I will, because I am Googleable. Don't know if that's a word.
Yes, but it is Googleable. It is.
Yes, it is. You can definitely find me either one of those platforms, and I will definitely come up and, if you know anyone or if yourself need help, this is what we do. We will meet you where you are.
Yes, and she's also a public speaker. So if you need someone to speak at one of your events, she is there. And I always say a heartbeat moment. Now, my thing is one heartbeat. What is, for the end of the day, what is your one heartbeat moment?
It's my son. I have to go back to my son because I remember before I had my son, I was doing nothing productive.
Okay.
I've always worked 2 and 3 jobs. They were just getting by jobs. And so I would say my son tapped me on the shoulder and was like, it's time to get started. It's time. And the moment I gave birth and I was ready to get back in the workforce. It was boots on the ground. I was a force to be reckoned with. He prompted me. He prompted me. Like I tell people, you can't afford to call me Vicky because that's not who I am anymore. My son prompted me to be called Victoria. So I would say it's my son. Because kids are supposed to set you up.
Yeah.
You know, they're supposed to remind you. That. Yes. Kids are supposed to, prompt you to get started. They're not a hindrance. No, they're a blessing for you to get started and be who you are, So my son prompted me. And I'm telling you, from there, 2 college degrees, 2-time published author, a nonprofit, a LLC. We pay taxes. We're not just out here with fictitious. No, I'm a real entrepreneur outside of corporate America,
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Victoria Brantley, I am Victoria. Oh my gosh, this was fun.
I
Thank
love you so much for allowing me to sit with you.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, this is a big deal. This is a big word.
No.
Hello, I'm just being this is a big word.
Thank you. It means a lot for you coming from you.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we wrap up, I know we're at time. I just want to remind you guys, Kidney for Phil.
Yes.
I am look at my brother, y'all. KidneyForPhil.com, ladies and gentlemen. Please help save his life. Kidney for Phil. We are having a soiree on July the 11th. It is Saturday from 5 to 9 p.m. You can get your tickets purchased at Eventbrite. And you can also go on Kidney for Phil. Please visit his Facebook page and Kidney for Phil. Please visit the website kidneyforphil.com. We are here if you would like to. I forget you, but listen, y'all. We're trying to save my dog life, so I'm gonna need y'all to go and get tested to see if you can give him a kidney. Because I already told him that my kidney ain't good. So you know what I'm saying. We just gonna give him a new kidney, and we're looking for a living donor. God willing, a living donor. But y'all give it up, big up for Phil, the producer of Just Being August. We gonna get you that kidney, Phil. We got you. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, your Auntie August, and you know what? We finna wrap this up. We're gonna take a toast for Victoria's birthday, and as always, y'all. Every second and fourth Thursday of the month, you can catch me right here at Power Influence Radio with the producer, the podcast doctor. And y'all, go ahead. We finna take this toast. Go ahead. Go ahead and give me a little bunny. Hey. And with that, happy birthday, Victoria, on chapter 44. And y'all, we out.